Mr. Padmanabhaya, the honored chief guest, Bharat Anmolu, Mr. Anmolu, who has just gone to check up the location of the chief guest. He said he's coming. Distinguished foreign participants, ladies and gentlemen, media, and friends, and of course, the Indus Foundation fraternity and the family. It's indeed a great honor to be able to share the same stage with somebody who bestowed Delhi scene like a colossus. He was a Union Home Secretary, probably the most powerful Home Secretary that the ministry has seen. There were two critical players during the time I recall. One was the Home Minister, Mr. S.P. Chavan, and one was the Prime Minister, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao. I think Mr. Padmanabhaya had the complete sort of ear, attention, confidence, trust, faith in both these key personalities. It was a pleasure to work with him. I think he's endowed with a quality of mind which is very difficult to keep pace with. At times, I remember when his pressure of time was so much, and you had very few moments with him. So in capsule time, you should be able to put across whatever. You imagine what questions he would ask, anticipate those frequently asked questions that the key has. So one had really to be prepared very hard to be able to face him, even for 5 minutes. Even after retirement, government refused to let him go, and they utilized his services for Nagaland, for Jammu and Kashmir. And I'm so happy that even in Hyderabad, we refused to let him have a quiet, retired life all by himself, particularly an institution like ASCII, which had its own importance, ethos, a location, sort of a pedestal in Hyderabad. वो ज़रा गर्दिश में आ गई थी. उस गर्दिश से बचाने के लिए the board of governors turned only to one person and one only who could sort of retrieve the lost prestige, the glamour, the position. I'm also very happy to have Bharat here on the stage, a worthy son, a worthy father. I asked Anmolu in the morning or yesterday in the course of conversation, I mean, sort of, I hope, as usual in all these conferences, at the end of the day, Bose and myself sit together, and he just laments at the kind of in his bank balance sheet, he goes to red. So I asked him, is the same position this time? He said, yes, it may be, but it will be slightly retreat because of the sponsorship given by the son to a cause which is so close to the father. I think we envy you, Anmolu, for having a worthy son who can part with that kind of corpus to just keep the father smiling. I need not dwell on the subject, which really will be detailed discussions in the course of the day. I think, as you all know, Indus Foundation is a non-profit NGO committed to the task of human resource development, collaborations, academic excellence, and sort of in research, science, technology, engineering, distance education. Probably, when Mr. Kapil Sibal was the HRD minister, he foresaw the need for foreign universities to establish shops in India. He foresaw the difference between the quality of education and excellence here and abroad. Being acutely aware that India must keep parity, it must keep pace, must keep equity, I think he did introduce a legislation in the parliament allowing foreign universities to be the foreign sort of established campuses here. Unfortunately, I think the government didn't have the parliamentary arithmetic. It got stuck somewhere in the committee stage. Let's hope that that bill becomes an act, and we have some of the universities from abroad officially operate in India. I have noticed that from some of the guest speakers as well as the foreign delegates, those who are new to Hyderabad. It's probably a slight amount of history about the city. It's really the heart of India, where north meets south. I think it's the only city in the country where every road, every street has 4 names: English, Hindi, Telugu, Urdu. I think we had a chief minister who sort of epitomizes the synthesis of Hyderabad, Mr. P.V. Narasimha Rao. He could speak fluent English, Urdu, Persian, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, also Spanish, also Italian, also French. He was absolutely at home with the Vedas and with the Ramayana and Gita and Upanishads. Probably he was more at home than Mr. Advani or Mr. Vajpayee were. As a matter of fact, they openly stated that bhai ye gyan to aapko zyada hai. I think some of the young ladies who have traveled far, and I'm quite sure your husbands, boyfriends are waiting for you to return to this US. But do not go empty-handed. This city is known for pearls. It is the capital of pearls. For whatever reasons, I think because in his good old days, probably Nizam Hyderabad was the wealthiest man on the globe. I think in 1911, when Lloyd George passed the hat around in the First World War, asking for contributions to be made to the cause of the First World War, 1 million sterling was donated by Nizam of Hyderabad in 1911. And of course, the Whitehall, the British political establishment there, did say that no, we can't accept anything gratis from the natives, and let's compensate them. So whereas everybody else was called His Highness, Jaipur, Jodhpur, Baroda, Gwalior, I think Nizam was called His Exalted Highness. So that cost him 1 million sterling. When Nizam used to go for Hajj, there were days when Saudi Arabian king came personally to the port to receive him. And Nizam used to give 100,000 ashrafis, gold coins, to take care of his entourage. I think it's a great city. It's got great monuments, museums, palaces, architecture, lakes. Do find time. I hope, Anamolu, you're giving them time. You're not encapsulating them. I wish the deliberations all success. I think both in terms of HRD and joint collaborations, as well as the rising issue now on the horizon in India is skill development. The subject is very close to PM's heart. There's a separate ministry which has been constituted. And it's a felt need, it's a real requirement, both in the cities as well as in the rural side. And deliberations which followed in the day do address the complexity of the issue and have a hard, close look on what the future unfolds and how we can synthesize and change the entire ecosystem. Last but not the least, I think as Winston Churchill mentioned that it's the country which rose like a lion. I only gave the roar. So I just take the floor and say a few words to kickstart the whole thing. But the entire work, the hard work, was put in by Mr. Shabas Anamolu and his dedicated team. They've been clocking more than 14 hours, 16 hours a day. It's not easy to prepare the detailed seminars at different locations. Find out who the guest speakers are. The gamut of operation, the hotel, the transport, accommodation, the subjects, and last-minute changes. So I really wish a long, long life. खुदा आपको खैर रखे, आपकी सेहत बनी रहे, आपकी ये महफिल, This is the महफिल for Subhas. I mean, he's not in my category. He drinks only water. So ये महफिलें आपकी महफूज रहे. अल्लाह ताला से यही दरख्वास्त है. And you and your worthy son continue the cause, which is very noble and which is very rewarding. Before I conclude, once again, let me thank Mr. Padmanabhaya to have come, graced the occasion, and spared a few moments. Thank you very much.